Hello there, fire signs. We're going to do something a little bit different this week. We are going to be putting all three of y'all on one video. We're going to start with Aries, move forward to Leo, and then after that we will do Sagittarius. A little bit of admin while I'm still shuffling these cards for y'all. I am doing, if you're interested, a morning meditation that's online. It's a group meditation. Excuse me, it's about 20 minutes long. I open up the room at 5 o'clock and try to have us out of there, completed and done by 5:30. And if you're interested in joining in a group meditation, with the point just being to see what we need to be our highest and best selves, then please reach out to me at the contact information listed on the website right there above my head. And I will send you the link. So I think we've shuffled enough. We're going to do a completely different format. I was thinking about this today. We're going to just do a little experiment, see how this works out. If you guys want to tell me in the comments how you like this reading, that will be helpful. Help me to judge how I like this experiment. It kind of has to be liked by you guys for me to be able to move forward with it. So the first thing that we're going to look at, we're going to look at 4 cards that are things to focus on for this week. And I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the spread works out. I'm not sure yet if this will be all one theme or if this is 4 different things. So let me kind of take a gander. We're going to talk about the cards as they come up. We're starting off with this side of the 6 of Cups. This is my This or That Tarot. Is that the name of it? Vice versa Tarot. And then we have that side of the King of Swords. Very interesting. And then we have that side of the Death card. And interesting, that side of the 5 of Swords as well. Okay, so these are our first 4 cards. These are what we're focusing on for the week. Our next card is going to be what we should focus on as far as what is our advice towards manifesting for this week, actually. Maybe not so much what we focus on, but the advice should be more action-oriented, where the other one is just focusing. And so this is really, when I look at what we're focusing on in the here and now for this week, with the 6 of Cups running into that King of Swords in reverse, this is talking about the idea that there are some memories with somebody. Maybe they're childhood memories with your family or with your parents, or maybe they're just recent with a relationship that you're involved in, friendship, romantic, whatever, even a business relationship. But there are some things about your relationship that have already happened before this week that it didn't really make sense. Not with the 6 of Cups and the King of Swords in reverse. Things that were not logical, okay? And were they not logical in a dreamy, happiness-making way? Maybe. Were they not logical in a, oh my God, what is that person thinking kind of way? Or, oh my God, what was I thinking kind of way? Maybe. I'm not sure yet how this plays out. But I don't think it was like the best kind of thing, because what we show next is the transition card. And this is like, oh, I get it. Okay. This is a sentence. All right. So this talks about that you weren't able to see that what was going on in this situation with this relationship was just kind of off the charts cray-cray. Like it just really didn't make sense until after getting out of that relationship. And I think now that you've gotten out of that relationship, at least by midweek, if not completely before this week, now that you're out of that relationship, now you have more clarity about what was going on in those interactions. And it looked like there was definitely some power struggles, but being out of this is what has brought you some clarity about, about the idea that what you were involved in just really didn't make sense, but you couldn't see it while you were in it. You know, that happens to a lot of us. We can be right in the middle of something and not see how we're in cray-cray world. And it seems like that kind of happened to you, like you were in there, you didn't really see it, and now you're getting it. Okay, so this is Aries still. Now, the next thing I want to look at, oh, I see what that is. Okay, so next thing I want to look at is the best manifestation advice for you this week. Well, you've got the Knight of Cups, that side of the Knight of Cups. So this is basically saying to me, it's time for you to really look back at yourself in this situation and think about, you know, you did this in good faith, hoping for the best, maybe even expecting the best from another person, but you were giving your best, you were giving your all in this situation. And so this is a time to, like, where you might have been beating yourself up over what on earth was I doing in that situation in the past. And I'm only laughing because I've been there, guys. But this is a time to sort of let yourself off the hook and to recognize that it could have very easily been that you were dealing with an insane situation in the most sane and logical way possible that you knew how. Okay? So it's time to really let yourself off the hook. That's what the manifestation advice is for this week. So when I see this come up as manifestation advice after what I saw in that first part of the spread, this is really telling me that you talking against yourself, or you being angry at yourself for the idea that you let yourself be in this situation or whatever, is it's really holding you back on whatever it is that you want to manifest. So it's time to really love yourself. It's time to really look at and appreciate what, who you are and what you brought to the table. Even if it wasn't appreciated by somebody else, even if it was taken advantage of by somebody else, that doesn't really matter. What matters is, can you look yourself in the mirror and can you say, I did the best that I knew how to do in that situation? And I'm betting you can. That's the thing that really matters. So, did you learn something? I bet you did. I bet you did. It's very rare you can come out of these situations without learning something. But also at the same time, even while you've learned something, recognize that this is something you didn't know going in. Okay? And give yourself a break. Allow yourself to be human and to grow. Lesson learned. Move forward. Don't let it mess up your manifestation as you continue on. Talk nicely to yourself. All right, next we're going to look at Leo. Leo. And you guys know I do offer private readings. So if you want to dig into anything that comes up in any of these readings, or if you want to, if you have other questions that you want answered, all you have to do is reach out to me. All my contact information is on the website to book that next reading with me. A quiet personal one. All right, so we've got your cards down, Leo. What are we looking at? Let's take a peek at what cards we have showing up on the table. We have that side of the Two of Swords. Ooh, we have that side of the King of Pentacles as well. This is interesting. And then we have the Eight of Cups reversed. And this is a that side card too. Interesting. Not even sure how I'm going to read that. Reversed and upside down. And we have... Gosh. That side of the King of Cups. Interesting. There's just people. A couple of people there. All right, so let's take a look at this. I would say with this, well, I'm looking at that side of the Two of Swords. I would say you're kind of second guessing a decision that you've made. And I think this decision that you've made has been a financial decision or has had to do with somebody that's involved with your financial life, Leo. Eight of Cups talks about the idea of, when it's in reverse, talks about the idea that you've been second guessing this enough that I think you end up walking back to that situation because you've been second guessing it. The thing is that when you walk back to that situation, even though we saw that you're second guessing this decision, when you walk back to that situation, I think you're low-key angry at yourself about it. And I'm not sure here if you're low-key angry about second guessing yourself or if you're low-key angry about going back. But there's something where I feel like this is you being angry. Now some of you may be catching some backlash from somebody else for going back as well. But I think this is more you being angry that you're in this situation where you're having a hard time figuring out what direction to go. Okay. And this is definitely a reading type situation. If you're having a hard time of looking at things objectively, either talk to some friends who can be objective that are not involved in the situation, or get a reading, whether it's from me or if it's from somebody else, but make it a reader that you trust, that you have a track record with and that you trust. Okay, so boop-a-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, I think you're pinning yourself to the cross on this whole idea that you're not sure what to do, and every time you think you make a decision, then you go back on it and you kind of second guess it. It makes you feel like a flake, and you're kind of mad about it, actually, Leos. So let's look at your manifesting advice, because obviously when we're running in circles on a decision, that's one way that we're keeping the energy from really supporting us as we move forward. But also as we're mad at ourselves, that's another way that we hold that energy back. So your advice, relax already. That's basically what Spirit's saying. Relax, chill, just be calm, sit still, be quiet. Take in some stillness. This is really, if you look at it right side up, this is like a great meditation picture. So when it comes in reverse, see, when it's right side up though, this is all stressed out. This is, I need some meditation. That's the back side of it. The front side of it is here. This is the stress. This is the meditation. In reverse, I think this is that you need to do some meditation, or you need some stillness, whether you want to call it meditation or not, to help you sort everything out, around this situation, to help you to kind of get a perspective, to tap in and get a perspective that is not your own, a perspective. I like to say Sacred Spirit has, the outer space view of things. He has the big picture. You can look down and see the big picture where we can't. So when we go into stillness, whether it's meditation or just being quiet and giving Spirit a chance to talk to us, then we're tapping into that outer space, big picture version of things. And that helps us to make good decisions going forward, so that we're not caught in this limbo of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Oh, nope, that was a bad decision. I'm going to reverse it. Oh, wait, I'm really mad at myself for reversing it. Let me reverse that reversal. We don't want to do that, right? So best advice here, do some meditation, do some stillness. Interesting that really is, like, I told myself I was going to promote the meditations that I'm doing on these videos. I am doing, if you didn't hear it before, group meditations that happen at 5 a.m. Mountain Time in the morning. That's 7 a.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific Time. And if you would like to be a part of those group meditations online, feel free to reach out to me. Contact information, of course, is on the website, and I will send you the link. They're quick meditations, 20 minutes. We try to be out of there by 5:30. La da 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 da. On to Sagittarius. 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 Okay, let's take a peek. Let's see what is the focus for this week. And the manifestation advice. Ooh. Bye, 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 bye. That's good manifestation advice. All right, let's see what the focus is. Okay, we're starting with the Ace of Cups in reverse, followed by 8 of Pentacles. That side of the Ace of Swords. And, oh, another ace. That side of the Ace of Wands. Boo, boo, doo, doo. And he's reversed. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Yeah, okay. All right. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of work you do. I mean, that's going to be a different story for each of you. And so for some of you, this is, well, first of all, let's just say this is going to apply to work in some part of your life, whether you own your own business, whether you're an independent contractor, whether you work as an employee, whether you're retired and you do volunteer work, or you're retired and you just hang out at the community center and keep company with other people. Whatever you do to feel productive in the community is what is considered work when we look at this in the tarot, at least on my spreads, okay? So you don't have to have a job for us to be talking about work. Now, whatever work it is, whatever you do to feel productive in the community, I think there's been something that has, or there will be maybe this week, something that's coming up about this that you did not realize was a part of the work situation. I don't know. Is it who funds the company? Is it, who runs the charity that you like to volunteer at? This is if you're doing work in the house and remodeling, maybe, is it, oh, those cabinets don't fit like I thought they would? What is it? There's something here about your work that, you're starting to see something about work that you did not expect to see. Okay. My Ace of Cups reverse talks about somebody showing their true colors. So you're seeing something about this position, whatever it is, that you were not expecting to see. And with this Ace of Swords in reverse, I think that this is a case of hindsight. I mean, not in reverse, but that side. This is a case of hindsight is 2020. Like, I feel like as you're looking at this situation where work has basically shown its true colors, let's just say it like that. I think as you're looking at this situation, you're kind of feeling like, well, I should have noticed that there were red flags, but I did not know what those red flags meant. But I should have noticed something was off. I think that's where this hindsight is 2020 is showing up, which tells me that really you had no way of knowing ahead of time. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to know. The second thing is to focus on is how does this new information make you feel? Because with that Ace of Wands coming up in reverse, even though it's this side, that's, or excuse me, it's that side, but the Ace of Wands coming up in reverse is saying, man, this is demotivating. I don't know that I want to continue to put energy and effort in here, or maybe I just want to put less in. Maybe I want to start later in the day. Whatever your situation is, you have less energy for this thing now that you're seeing whatever this is in hindsight. Okay? So that's what we have that you're focused on. That's the challenge that we're focused on this week. Now, what do we have here for manifestation advice? We have the Star card. And the Star card talks about healing. And it talks about hope. And so when I look at this card, and I've never seen this in a star card before, take a nice long bath. I'm just seeing somebody with a bath, lots of bubbles, maybe the candles, a little bit of music. Just take a relaxing bath, cleanse yourself. Okay, put some Epsom salts in there. That'll cleanse that energy. If you have some selenite, break up some little bits of selenite and let it dissolve in there. That'll really amp it up. But allow yourself to take a bath to sort of cleanse away all of the negativity that's around this situation so that you can see it more clearly. Because the other thing the Star card is for me is that we know what direction we're going. Sailors back in the way back, even before I was around, used to navigate their boats by the stars. They would, specifically the North Star. And so when the Star card comes up, it talks about having that compass, having that sense of direction or that sense of purpose. And once we've got our sense of direction or sense of purpose, then we can make decisions that we can stand behind and move forward with more easily. And so with this Star card here, after whatever this is that's showing up at work, whatever your work is, that's not so cool. The Star card says, relax, breathe, make the mountain into a molehill, and once you've gotten into that state where you're looking at big picture, what do I want to accomplish by being at this place and participating in this work? Am I accomplishing that? And then move forward accordingly. Whether that means looking for a different place to work, whether that means adjusting your perspective around this, whatever that means in your case. But take some time to sort of breathe and pamper yourself with a nice little bath like that, and allow yourself to think about this, not in a hurried way, a rushed way, a pushed way, but in a really relaxed way, so that you can come up with some perspective that's really beneficial for you to help you decide what you want to do. So you're not reacting to this situation, you're responding to it thoughtfully. That's really what we're looking for here. Okay, so that was for Leos. Next, we're going to look at Sagittarius cards. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what you got. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there today. I do need to do a little bit of shuffling. I know when I first came on here, people like to see or at least hear the shuffle on screen. So we're going to do that. That way you guys don't wonder, did she just lay out whatever cards she felt like? Did she even shuffle? Did she even pull cards out of the deck? Or did she make it say what she wanted it to? We will have none of that on my channel. Okay, Sagittarius. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Your manifesting card is incredible. Incredible. All right, let's look at what's our focus this week for Sagittarius. Okay, first thing we have coming up is the Page of Pentacles. Very nice. Good news about money or material goods. What the heck? Nine of Swords. I think that news about money or material goods is coming in after you've been really kind of stressing out about this. Six of Wands, you may be getting a promotion. That may be where that good news is coming from. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Somebody is definitely expressing their appreciation to you about something that you've done that benefits a group, not just yourself. And then, this is wild. And then we have that side of the Empress in reverse. This is interesting. That's really interesting. It's like you've got, and this is not normal for a reading. Not like any readings I've ever done before, though. But you've got fun card, not so fun card. Fun card, not so fun card. Contradictory information here. So let's see what's going on here. What does all this mean? So you were stressing out before you got some good news about money or material goods. And it looks like whatever this news is somebody's way of showing appreciation to you. Now that it's here, though, with this Empress in reverse, maybe you don't want it after all. Maybe you're realizing, oh, it's not all it was cracked up to be. That's just wild to me. I think you put a lot of energy and effort into creating this situation, and now you're just like, well, maybe I don't want that. Pretty sure I don't want that. Huh. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cut and dried. I don't know why I keep trying to look deeper in that. That's pretty cut and dried. There's not a lot of different angles on that. Let's look at this at your manifestation advice. Maybe this is why. So your manifestation advice comes up as the Wheel of Fortune. So first of all, Sagittarius, this is about Jupiter. This is about your ruler. So this is really nice to see showing up in your spread at anywhere, at any place. I would be happy to see this. Wheel of Fortune is overall a good card. It talks about expansion. It talks about times when you have opportunities falling into your lap. You may have prepared for those opportunities in the past, but right now things are seeming pretty seamless. Well, we already see you've got opportunities falling into your lap. Somebody's here is trying to appreciate you with some kind of money. A new bonus, a new pay raise, a new promotion. I don't know what. And I know they're trying to appreciate you with money because of this Page of Pentacles. This is basically like saying, hey, you get this bonus if you do blah, 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 blah. Or, hey, I would like to offer you this. Will you take this promotion? It's a page. It's a message. It's a message about money. We may not have money in the hand just yet, but we've got a message about money. You've been really wanting this. You've been stressing out about this. Now somebody's trying to appreciate you. So I think that this is a part of the Wheel of Fortune. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. We've still got our Empress upside down with her back to us, which tells me that you're not so sure it's a good thing now that it's here. This card is your reassurance. This card is saying you've worked for a while for this. Now the tide has turned. The cycle is turned over, and now it's time to harvest the seed that you've put in the ground. This is a good thing. It's basically reassuring you. It almost makes me feel like Sagittarius, you got the victory here. Look at that victory wreath. You got the victory here. And now I think, are you afraid of it? Are you afraid that if you're too happy, something's going to happen and it's just going to be all thrown down the drain? Why are you put so much energy and effort to this? I'm not sure why you're now thinking, oh no. Unless you've got some kind of self-sabotage going on. This is spirit reassuring you. This is a good thing. Move forward with it. Move forward with it. You deserve expansion. You're worthy of expansion. It's okay to have expansion. Whatever way that's taking, it is okay for you to do that. All right? So that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I do appreciate y'all. Everybody have a fantastic week. Peace out.